All right, what's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. I am waiting to get my file open here. Then we can get started. For anybody who was around last week, sorry the stream got cut off midway through. My server and battery died in the middle of the stream. So I lost all internet and my server connection, all that fun stuff. So it is kind of back up and running right now, but should be good. What is up? All right, so I'm just waiting to try to get my actual file open here. We need more Sonic for Hire. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm doing this. All right. Let me share this screen. There we go. All right, cool. So this is where I left off last week. Hey, Hot Pocket Humor, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. This is where I left off last week. Setting up a whole scene here. This is a basketball game that Sonic is playing in. So I've got the scene all laid out. I got the players all set. I need to do some different poses here, though, because they're going to get into like a big kind of mosh pit pile, like a big pile of bodies fighting for the basketball. And actually, let me get the script open. You discovered Dorkly after your stroke. It was a big help. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad it was a help. I hope you're doing okay. Strokes are no joke. I didn't mean to rhyme, but I know what you mean. My mom had a stroke last year. It was serious business. All right, I'm just looking at the script right now. Let me share the script so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And then I will remember to change it back, which I'm not good at. All right, so here's the script for this episode. And this is the section that I'm at right now. This is the part that I'm doing. It's all set up. So that's how we do the animation. Yeah, we use Adobe Animate, or Adobe Flash, as it used to be called a million years ago. Oh no, ciao. What's up? Thanks for joining. All right, so the teams are at the center court here. The ball is tipped to no one. All the players go for the ball. There's a scrum in the middle of the court. We hear a loud growl. Then Sonic appears with the ball. Okay. So it's regular Sonic to start. And then he becomes Where Sonic. So back to screen here. All right, so I got this all set up here. I got the crowd animated. They're all ready to go. Let me just look through. I don't remember. I'm going to shut this shit off because that's a lot. I'm going to go through all the different poses that I have for the players here, because I think I still need a couple more things. And that's all right. That'll be like the jump ball. The thing that I need is like when they get into the pile with each other, they're all going for the pile of stuff. So I need to like sketch out some stuff here of like what that might look like. Don't want to get it spoiled. I get you. I got you. Understood. Well, a lot happens in this episode. This isn't like the main thing. This is sort of like the ongoing story. And it's been so freaking long since an episode came out that probably won't even remember this by the time it does finally come out. All right, so I need some guys just like kind of fighting for the ball, just in position like this or something. All I'm doing right now, I'm just like roughly sketching out what positions I might need for the guys here. They're just going to be like in a big pile. Their heads are weird. Hey, Imanan, thanks, man. For Kevin the assistant, I'll make sure he gets it. I do want to bring Kevin back, voiced by Justin, who streams for us on the weekdays. I do want to bring him back. It's been a while since he's been here. I feel like there's new villains and stuff that he could help out. So that $2 will go towards him. Appreciate it. But I do have a video idea. Soldier TF2 gets swapped for Mario. TF2, why am I blanking on? Somebody help me out with what TF2 is, please. TF2. Team Fortress? Did I get it? That might be tough because it's like 3D and you got to make new graphics and stuff for it. But I get you. $5 for some. Thanks, Jay Green. That's going straight towards Dreamcast stock. I appreciate it. Well, money well spent. It's you gotta spend money to make money with that Dreamcast stock. All right, so this is gonna be like a pile of bodies here, right? So what I'm gonna do is just build a new body, a new pose, basically. And then I might split this thing up so that they can kind of like move independently and get more movement that way. So this part's a little bit tedious, but it's all part of the process. And their builds are really basic anyway, so it's not going to take too long to make new sprites for this. This is all like the stuff that kind of goes into making an episode of Sonic for Hire or episode of Dorkly, you know, whatever, any of those kind of things. Like it's all this like little kind of prep work that we do. The episodes get turned around so quickly that you try to minimize, like our Dorkly stuff anyway, gets turned around so quickly. You try to like minimize the amount of production work for each episode. That's why we do like, you know, that's why we reuse stuff like Mario, Sonic, whatever, to get that done faster. But for Sonic for Hire, it's a lot of new graphics or, you know, just kind of specific stuff that you want to set up. So you just want to like make sure that you spend a little bit more time getting it done. And these graphics are just so strange. All right, I'm gonna get this arm on its own layer here. So all this is, it's just gonna be one of these dudes kind of on the ground. Just changing up this part a little bit. All I heard was now, attention to me. Sorry. How do you pronounce your name? I don't even know what half of these symbols are. Something Moy14? Does that work? Is that enough attention for you? Moy? All right, let's see. I'm gonna get an arm in here. Super basic. Nothing crazy, just like a different little pose here to make it seem like they're all in a big scrum fighting for the ball. I don't like this arm. Just go like that. I think that'll work. So that's fine. There'll be like a little animated version here. We do parodies. What's up, Vilmos Spasek? We do parodies of more fighting games, not just Mortal Kombat and or Street Fighter. Yeah, the tough part with those other fighting games is like they're all 3D, right? So those are tough for us to do because I'm not a 3D animator, and those assets are just kind of harder to come by, or you know, they just take longer. Like if we did take the time, oh wait, that's the wrong dude. If we did take the time to, you know, if we're talking about like, we just had an ad for Tekken in this latest Dorkly short. Like if we did a Tekken video, those are tough because it would either have to be like, I'm just kind of dubbing in over the existing animation, which we could do. I kind of like doing those. Or we have to, you know, like make 3D assets and stuff, and all that takes time, and 3D assets are understandably expensive, you know, so it's not really built for what we do at Dorkly. So that's why we kind of stick with like Mortal Kombat, because we have those graphics, and they're just easier to make. It's kind of all it really comes down to. All right, so I'm just coloring in this one dude, and then I'm gonna burp. Excuse me, excuse you. These don't have to, I'm not going to be too precious with these because they're going to just be like a big pile of bodies, literally. So this will go a little bit quicker than what I was doing last week, which is like a little bit more tedious. What is this? Is this? Oh, that's the other dude. All right, so I got one here. I don't need that sketch anymore. Bring that down. All right, so that's just like one dude in a pile of bodies. I'm just going to do a little bit of an animated thing on this. So it feels like he's moving. And then I'll take these, I'll make the other characters, the other colors and stuff. What's up, Ethereal? Need margaritas. I know. We haven't used Link in a while in Sonic. We should. I miss Sonic for Hire's Link. He was fun. Maybe we'll bring him back. Although we ended him although everything's got reset too, so I don't know. I was gonna say we ended him. He had a pretty good note to end on, but you know, everybody comes back, so maybe we'll bring him back. All right, so I'm just making this so like it looks like his arm is kind of shifting around a little bit. Nothing crazy. Super basic. Color this in. So now we got like super easy. I'm gonna do the same with like his leg, as long as it doesn't look like he's like humping, which could be a concern, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe it looks like he's humping, maybe it doesn't. Let's see. I think I can just do this. This is how I erase stuff, just so in case anybody knows. I just paint a different color in and then delete it, because the erase tool in this pixel thing kind of stinks. So that's why I don't do that. All right, so I'm gonna do that and then just fill this in with black like that. That looks like he's doing some kind of ab workout. But like multiply that times a bunch of bodies, and I'll put in some like random arms and shit running around, or like flailing around, and just give that guy some cheeks and he will have made Mr. La Pena. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, but I like it. Let's see, I'm gonna catch up on some stuff. I got way behind on comments last week. Episode idea: Sonic meets forgotten Sega game characters. Give me some examples of some forgotten Sega game characters. I like that idea, but I need some examples. All right, so now all I'm doing, I took that body and I'm just going to throw it into another graphic. Change the dude's skin color so it matches over here. I got to do the same with this jersey. And there we go. So now I got two dudes. I gotta do it over here. Why is that so far off from where he's at? I don't like that. I'm just gonna move him around a little bit. Just kind of lined up a little bit closer to where that dude is. All right. Alex Kidd? Yeah, we threw Alex Kidd in. I don't really know that game. I think a lot of times when we don't use shit, it's just because like I didn't really grow up playing a game, that specific game. So like I just my go-to is like the stuff that I'm familiar with the most. And then but more and more after running Dorkly, it's like, you know, I got to learn some more games. So I eventually will branch out. But I never played that specific game, so that's why I don't use him most of the time. All right, cool. Their socks are gone, but I don't give a shit. That's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a big pile of bodies. So we got that. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping here with the arms. and get some separate body parts going. That helps a ton as well. So what I'll do here is just get like a torso by itself. What's going on? Let's see. I see a lot of comments popping up there. Episode of January Dash Cube was in Sonic for Hire. Geometry Dash Cube. I got to look all this stuff up. You guys know a lot more games than I do. Ristar. So many Sonic characters are forgotten. About to say Ristar. Man, I don't know what Ristar is either. Somebody fill me in what these games are. I'm open to whatever. It's just like if I don't know the game, then I don't know what I'm talking about. The fun part about Sonic for Hire, though, is like we don't have to stick to a set, kind of character archetype or anything like that for the game. You can kind of just do whatever you want with it, which is fun. We kind of keep the basic stuff, but like we're pretty wide open with like what we can do with the characters, so that makes it a lot of fun. But if it's a new character, I just realized this dude has a ball, and we just colored it like he's got some fucking mutated hand. Oh my god! All right, let me get rid of that. Is that on all these dudes? Probably. Whoops. All right. Goodbye. All right. Oh, let's see here. Here we go. Virtua Fighter. Oh, I remember that game. I don't know anyone who's played Alex Kidd. If you've made pixel art, how do you make pixel art on there? I've never really figured that out. This is from, I'm going to mispronounce your name, Trucus 89 too. This is Adobe Animate, and there is an old plugin that we use, the Pixel Freehand tool, that just makes pixels. You can control the size and stuff. There's certain like rules and shit that you need to like follow when you set up a file to make sure that like everything aligns up nice and neat. But other than that, and the freehand tool is kind of like the only one that works consistently well. They have other things like an elliptical tool or the eraser. None of that stuff really works consistently. It's all a little bit buggy, but the freehand tool works really well. Is this just like an arm? Freehand tool works really well on its own. So I really just stick to that. And that's why like I was using the, when I erase stuff, I'll just paint in a different color and then just delete it that way. It's a little bit more, it's an extra step, but it's like easier in the long run. I don't know. All right, cool. I'm just trying to pick out some arms here. And then I'll do the same with a couple legs, and then I think I'll be good to then build up like a big pile of bodies that way. What makes this tough too is like, this is tedious when you just have to set up one character, but this is a basketball team. Like you gotta, it's gonna look weird if there aren't enough players together. So you just want to make sure that like you take the extra time and get everybody set up and shit beforehand. Otherwise it doesn't quite sell that it's like a game. It's what happened with, we had some of them set up, like when we did the Sonic Tecmo Bowl episode. I forgot what season that was. But that one takes a while because it's like, you got to set up all these different characters. Can you add the King of Fighters characters? King of Fighters. Let me look up that game real quick. Hang on. That sounds familiar, but I don't fully know. King of Fighters. Oh, I recognize this. Yes, it's like a 3D game too, so it's like it would have to be like the kind of stuff that we do, like the machinima style stuff, where you're taking footage and like dubbing over it and editing it together so it feels like it's you're controlling it that way. But those are hard to do because like you're legitimately limited to what the footage is. So it takes a while to kind of figure all that stuff out. Like when I did the the Resident Evil one with the fish suit a couple of years ago, or last year, whatever it was. I love doing that, but it just takes a while because you have to like go through hours of cutscenes and stuff and like put together a narrative that way. So it takes time. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it goes quick and it just works out nice. I would like to learn how to do 3D animation, but I'm busy and stupid. I tried learning Blender for like a few days and I liked it, but I would forget literally every single thing that I learned the day before. So I'm not expecting to pick it up in a day, but I'm like, God damn, I don't remember anything that I just was supposed to freaking learn. So it made it kind of difficult. I would need to like just do that for, a year or something. All right, I got that stuff. That's feeling, I thought I got rid of that. There we go. All right, I got some body parts I can piece together. So now I'm going to take these pieces, just like I did with the other thing. Save that file. All right, so I got the blue team white guy. Now I got to do white team black guy. So changing two things. I don't need that, I just need a skin tone. Then I'll go back through and change the jersey. There we go. All right, let me catch up on comments here. Dude, Boogerman would be perfect for Sonic for Hire. Boogerman would be great. Let me look at Boogerman real quick. Oh, yeah. Shit, Boogerman's a great idea. Who wrote that? Let's see. Eminon? Or did somebody else? Eminon would be great. Yeah, that's a great one, man. I'm going to write that shit down. Because I bet some angel on Spreader's Resource went through. That's a great one. I mean, that character's like, I don't have to do anything. That character's just funny on his own. But I'd be surprised if there weren't sprites, if somebody didn't put those sprites together. Okay. Got that. Now I just need to change this to white. Ooh. There we go. Is that it? No, I got some legs in here, some socks. Okay, cool. Let's catch up on some comments. I gotta be better at that. Oh, I always thought you just use sprites, not make your own. That's fire. Paradis Brown. Yeah, I mean, we use a ton of like, it's, the sprites that we use from Spreader's Resource, like those are, or like Mortal Kombat Warehouse for Mortal Kombat stuff. Those are, 80% of the work. And then we make, so those are all like set up for us as like a base, so we go and get the sprite sheets from Spreader's Resource or Mortal Kombat Warehouse. And then like we go into Adobe Animate and set stuff up like this, very similar to this. And we'll go in and like make, faces and like mouth charts and expressions and different hands and arms and stuff like this to get it all rigged up so that we can then go in and animate, how we normally do. So once we have all this stuff set up, then it's like, it gets a lot easier from there. But this part is like the big part of what we do. And then Alex, who was our main Dorkly animator for a long time, now me and him like split week to week. And Chase has been contributing as well. Like every other, like when I'm doing it, he helps me out, which is great. Like once we have all this stuff set up, then it's like easier for us to then just kind of go through our normal animation process. But getting all these, like getting like the, a walk cycle or a jump or whatever, like those kind of like base moves from a game. You know, if like Mario runs or like Sonic runs or Sonic like speed dashes, all that kind of shit. Those ones are just like from the sprite sheet. We'll break those down, build them into like a graphic that can be animated or looped or whatever. But like that stuff, you know, is obviously graphics from Sega, and then like somebody, like a pixel artist or somebody who's pulling sprites and building sprite sheets. They do all that work. And then we go in and process it kind of from there, which is great. I would love to know how to like do those like sprite sheets. I don't have like I work on a Mac, and I think most of those things are operated best off of a PC or Windows. I just want to see something real quick. I might need to like get a more crowd in here. Is that too much? I think that's too much with like the double Sega, right? I feel like that's too much. What if I did like... No, that's too confusing. Let's just do this. All right, I might do this a couple times. I don't need an extra layer. There we go. Stadium seating. Cool. All right. So now I got that one pretty quick. Let me catch up on comments real quick. Rystar, super underrated platformer that was on Genesis. Thanks, Sideways a 7. Rystar. Man, you guys are fucking money with these games. I got some homework to do. That sounds similar to Rygar, which we referenced in one of these episodes from season 9. It's like an old Nintendo game. Fucking weird game, but I played it a lot. It was like a weird it was like a side scroller, and then it would go from like that to like top down, and it had all these weird angles and stuff in it. It was really kind of fun. It was super weird. The dude had like a big like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a Captain America shield style thing, but it looked like a seashell on like a string that he would like flick at people and would come back to him. I'm describing this terribly, but that's like the most memorable part for me. But that game was fun, even though we made fun of it. Could Plants vs. Zombies appear in Sonic for Hire? Definitely. I mean, I would probably have Sonic appear in Plant vs. Zombies too. I got to do another one of those Plant vs. Zombie ones. Those ones do oddly well on Dorkly. I don't really know why. Like, you know, it's been a long time since they've come out. Or actually, they're coming out with like a new one now, or like a revamped one or something like that. Hey, General Kitten, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate it. Would the Dorkly Eggman know Snively, a character from the old Sonic comics? I'm sure he would. I don't know. Me as doing the voice of Eggman, I don't know who Snively is. But I just from the name Snively alone, it seems like somebody he'd be friends with. So I would definitely say yes, that Eggman and Snively. I'm going to write this down, guys. I got a lot of freaking homework to do now. Snively, Sonic comics. That's good. Boogerman would be a great addition. Are you ever going to release the rigs that you make for your videos, or at least the tutorial on how to make stuff like that? Yeah, I've given people our stuff before. Let me check out. I'm just going to post in the comments here. info@lowbrowstudios.com. Send an email to that and ask for, like, let me know what you want. Is it a specific episode? Is it a character? Whatever. It's going to be a Flash file. I'm more than happy. I'll post it on our Dropbox stuff and give you a link to it. And then go nuts. Dig in and mess around with it. Do whatever you want. More than happy to do that. So just let me know. And if like people are interested in me doing like a tutorial thing, let me know that too. I'm happy to do that. Where to get that plugin? Use Adobe Animate 2023. I think that's what I'm using right now. No, I'm using 24. It's like super old, and it was just this random guy, this talented dude, Charlie crap. I'm not gonna remember what his name is, but I don't think you can like easily find it. So if you want to send me an email to the info@Lowbrow Studios, I'll send you the plugin. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to actually like work. It usually takes, I've been using it for years. Anytime like I get a new computer and I have to plug it in, it takes me like way freaking too long to get it to work. But once you do, then it's kind of like, it's easy to follow from there. So send me an email, send an email to info@lowbrowstudios.com and I'll hook you up. All right. So I got things ready here, right? So now I think I can actually start freaking animating. I did this last week, just a really rough, I don't know if you even call it an animatic to follow, just for the ball tip here. It's going to bounce and then everybody piles on. So let's just do that. Where is the ball? Is this where Sonic? Yeah, at the end. All right, so it's regular Sonic. There's the ball. Cool. Normally there'd be a ref, but not going to be a ref this time. So I'm just going to start out. All right, cool. I don't really have any rotation on this ball, but that's all right. Is this single frame? Yeah. All right, before I start here, let me just do here. Vector Man, Joe Nantel. What about Cool Spot from 7-Up? Do you think that mascot could make an appearance in Sonic for Hire series? I thought we had first off, yes, absolutely. I thought we did something with Cool Spot once. I can't remember, but I know, like, I had that game and I played that game, so it's definitely something that I would put in there. I think we were going to do something with Cool Spot, and then we did the Noid instead from Pizza Hut, who also inexplicably has a fucking video game. But if we haven't, I feel like he made a cameo like super quick, but I might be just confusing it with the Noid. But yeah, I would absolutely put Cool Spot in there. I've wanted to do that for a while. It was such a weird time for video games. Comic Zone Spinball. You don't know King of Fighters? Yeah, I'm behind on this. I don't think I ever played King of Fighters. It was also 2D. No, King of Fighters was also 2D. I'm putting that on my list. When I Googled it, it just gave me like whatever the newest version. So, and it was 3D. A 3D Dorker video sounds absurd. It is a little bit weird when we do those. I mean, I just did one with Jedi Fallen Order. Because it's just jarring because it's always 2D and then all of a sudden you got some 3D stuff in there. But I love doing that stuff. It's super fun. All right, so I'm gonna just get this up here with a little bit of ease and ease out. So animation thing, there's easing in and easing out. If you guys don't know, all that does, so this is an ease out. And I'll show you the difference here real quick. So over here, if you can see it, right, there's some controls here. And the ease in, ease out is like, if there's nothing happening, if there's no ease on the animation, this is what happens. Just watch the ball here, right? This is going to go up and stop hard, right? There's no like, it just stops hard. But if you add an ease out and you can control it here, if you set it to like all the way to 100, now it's going to like go up and then slow to a stop. See, it's subtle. It'll be more obvious if I like stretch it out more. See how it like slows down, right? And if you do it the opposite way, if you do an ease in, it'll start slow and then speed up and do a hard stop. And then there's controls in here. You can make it as nuanced as you want. But this one is just easy. It's just a ball getting thrown up, right? So the momentum gets started and gets thrown up, and then as the momentum wears out, the ball is going to like stop, and then it'll eventually come back down. So that is just an ease out here. It's just going to go up. I might throw it up a little bit higher. And I might as well go ahead and start animating some of these players, at least the two guys. Where the fuck are they? Oh, here. All right. I got to get better at just going back to the comments and stuff. I see Vector Man, Booger Man. Yeah. Like Sonic and Tails help you. They're always needing work. Just don't expect much. Yeah, no. They would be the worst assistants. Tails might be helpful for like 2 seconds. If we're stupid, what does that make us? Yes, us and Chen. Hey, everybody's stupid. I use stupid as like a compliment. When someone like stupid or dumb, that type of humor is my favorite type of humor. If you haven't been able to tell from the shit that I make. But you know, when like you watching something and you're just like, that's so fucking stupid. Like that, when I react like that to like a comedy or whatever, that's like my favorite thing. Cheers, everyone. What's up, Tinkmaster Games? What's up? Fudgia, episode idea, Sonic dunking on the King of the Hill. There's a King of the Hill video game? I'm learning there's a lot of King stuff going on here. King of the Hill. Video game, really? When did that come out? Pruitt really wants to see Sonic get his ass kicked by characters from the 97 Fallout game. Maybe not Sonic, but more like Tails should. I've been meaning to do in like one of our realistic, if video games are realistic, using Fallout. It's somebody in the comments in the videos and stuff calls it out all the time as like a great idea for it, and I agree. Oh, there's a bunch on one thing here. All right, all right, so I got that dude. I gotta find. All right, there we go. There's the two guys. I'm gonna move you guys up top since you're the most important ones right now. All right, so I'm just gonna do. These are just called like keyframes here, or key poses. Where I'm just gonna do like the timing. I'm not gonna do any real animation here, but I'm just starting to figure out when the poses need to change. So I got this tool here, frame picker. It comes in Animate, and it's just like it shows you all the different keyframes in these graphics. All right, so this dude doesn't have this in here. I guess I made it for him, but not for the other guy. So let me do that real quick. Yeah, that's fine. I'll flip them around. So all I'm doing right now, I'm just like figuring out when the poses need to change. And then you can kind of go in and do some in-betweens and additional keyframes and stuff. So this is just like a jump ball in the beginning. I got to do that too. Oops. In the start of the game. Right, normally the ref is the one throwing it up, but I'm not making a ref. So I'm gonna just flip this dude around. Yoink. You know, I'm gonna change the music real quick. This music's been going on for 40 minutes and it is annoying. Let's do lo-fi. Been living off of lo-fi beats for the past like 6 months. He didn't like the scripts for the remaining Sonic episodes. Oh yeah. Hey, thanks for answering it there. I appreciate it. Is Chase working on David Forget season 2? I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think I can tell you what he's been, aside from the Dorkly stuff, he helps out like every other week for me, which is awesome. But I know that he's been working steady on a project. I don't think I can tell you what it is. It's not my project or anything like that. It's with somebody totally different, so I can't give you any details on it. But he's been doing that, and check out his Twitch stream, The Jank. You know what? I don't want to do that. Hang on. All right, so the ball is going up. Let me just see here, timing wise, and then it gets tipped over here. All right, so they're going to jump up pretty quick. All right, I'm not going to do any in-betweens or nothing. Something like this. This guy like a little bit lower here since he wins the tip. All right, so that's just going to follow that, and then the ball is going to go. Where's the ball at? Okay. Here we go. Getting there, guys, getting there. Ball gets up. It's going to hang in the air for a little bit. You know, I'm going to have it go like up and then down a little bit. I don't like that. There we go. So as it gets tipped, and then I'm not going to tween here. Remove that shit. Okay. Chipping away here, guys. Will there be retro ads on this stream? There won't be. That is Justin's forte. I love those retro ads. No, that says he grabs them. I forget from where, but I love those things when he does them. It's not Sega, but what about the Home Improvement video game? Guys, what are these? How do I not know about these freaking games? Home Improvement had a fucking video game? Good Lord. That was that like the heyday of video games? Like when just anything or just whatever, like entertainment? That's like, sure, let's, you get a video game and you get a video game. That's absurd. And I want to play it, or at least see it. I don't know if I want to actually play it. I think that would be stupid. All right. So again, I'm not really animating this out. I'm just kind of getting the timing set. Because this ball is going to like rotate a bit. I'll do that later. But I'll hit here. I don't like that. Let me split the difference here. So it's like there. I just don't want to have that ball slow down as it before it hits the ground. It's going to bounce a couple times. I'll smooth all this shit out more. Like that. All right. So that's all it's really going to be for now. Great. That's the timing there of it. And then I got to get these two guys. They jump and probably around here. They're like back down to the ground. Their poses would be different too. They're probably gonna be like in these action poses, right? So this dude's gonna be like looking this way. All right. Same thing, flip you around. Cool. All right. Ooh, basketball episode, that's gonna be fun. Blue hair, yeah. This episode is weird. This whole season, over the span of however many years it's been, 7-8 years that I've been making this one season. It's all sports. It's like a lot of sports games and college stuff. So it's kind of harder to, it's all stuff that we haven't really had sprites set up for. You know what? This bounce is all wrong. It's got to be a lot lower because here's their ground level. It should be there. Oops. Yeah. All right. Let me change that around. That's better. Cool. All right. Rygar. Yes, Rygar. Imagine if next season would be a road trip themed season. That'd be pretty funny and cool. That's actually a good idea, Blue Hair. Thank you. We don't have an idea set for next season. Road trip would be funny. You could do a lot of like driving games. Or driving games are tough though too, because getting like the graphics for that are hard. But that would be funny. Even if it was like an episode, it was just like a road trip. We did a mini one as they're driving up to school here, but that's I like that. That's funny, man. I mean, I have a skit idea, but I'm not particularly funny. I don't really know what it is. Hello, Lesser Prodigy 0507. Thanks for stopping in. And I'm like 15 minutes late on these comments here, guys. Sorry. I'd like to see Knuckles' Chaotic Crew make an appearance. Yeah, I need to get, I was saying this before too, like Sniffly, not Snively. All right, let me fix that up. I like Snively better than Sniffly, to be honest. I got to get like weirder, obscure, or whatever Sonic characters involved, but I just don't know them all that well. All right, so got the ball, bounce and stop. Right, everybody's kind of turns and looks. I'll get the rest of the players to kind of all do the same. And what Sonic is going to do is just sort of like stare at it for a second and then jump on it. And then everybody's going to pile in. So this will take a little while to do because I got to get all the players to kind of like figure out. Hang on, I got to sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! Excuse me. Mika Misaki, Eggman or Tails, who is your favorite? Eggman. Eggman's a lot more fun than Tails. Tails was purposely a wet blanket in this series. So like, you know, a lot of the stuff that he does is just to like tell Sonic to focus or just provide exposition on like a storyline, or just be like annoying and a weirdo. So that's where we kind of go with him. But with like Eggman, you can like do anything, like you know, any line read I can try to make as funny as possible just by him saying something stupid, you know, or like singing a little song or whatever. His voice is just like there's a lot of fun to be had with his voice. Okay. I wanted to bring back How To with Eggman. I don't know if anybody watched that. We did that on our Lowbrow channel. That was a fun show to do. Where it was just me and Sonic, Mike William, as Eggman and Sonic, and we were just live drawing and just improving like a topic, and then Eggman would just live improv like how to do this thing, like explaining how to do something. So it'd just be me in character the whole time, and then I was just drawing, and then Mike is improving as well. And we're just like, I don't know, it was just like a ton of fucking fun. A very stupid show, but a lot of fun to do. But anyway, I think that's why I like Eggman so much, because like, you can just kind of do anything with him, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so I'm gonna get some animation going on Sonic here, kind of timing it up with the tip here. So he's gonna kind of react at some point here, right? So inside here, I've got all the different controls here for Sonic. So what I'm gonna do is just give him like a little blink. And then when he opens his eyes, his pupils will be looking down a little bit towards the ball. He doesn't really do anything here. That's kind of the joke in the start of it. And they're all just kind of sitting there waiting. And then he's going to jump. I might extend that out a beat. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to have him do it here instead. So he's not going to do anything until about here. Extend this out a little bit. Let me catch up some stuff here. I think I'm so fucking late with these comments. I think the Plants vs. Zombies do so well because a lot of people like Plant. Yeah, I mean, I think it was like unexpected for me. I loved Plant vs. Zombies when it came out. I played it a ton. And then I just thought it was like, just died and went away, you know, because it's like a original old mobile game. They don't stick around forever. But I was surprised, like when we started doing them again, like how popular they were. The last few didn't do as well. That might just be because the videos weren't as good. But yeah, they're fun to do. All right, so here's it so far. Just keep going back and forth, but right, it's gonna wait. He gives another blink, and then he dives. So the comedy here is just like you expect something to happen right away, but nothing happens. So here's what I'll do: a little bit of animation here for us. So I'm gonna do right now what's called an antic. It's an anticipatory movement here. So he's gonna jump, right? So before he jumps, you want him to like move down a little bit before the jump, right? It's kind of just like whatever. If I'm like reaching forward, like the antic would be like me reaching back and then reaching forward. So he's going to jump. So he's going to dip down and then jump. So I should have like a decent kind of diving. I can use that one. I don't know if I have a better one. These are all, if you look on the right here, these are all different poses and stuff that we've grabbed from like the sprite sheets or built out ourselves over the years. We have several different ones. Some are more complete than others, but like this is what we use a lot. So what I might do here actually is just build out a totally separate body. Normally we have it where it's like he's just all one piece here, but we also have it set up where I can, you know, that's just his torso. So I might do that. I don't know why there's like larger black chunks in there, but it's fine. And then I'm gonna throw in a couple legs with like the bottom of the feet showing. Duplicate that. All right, so the reason why I'm doing that, and because this is Sonic for Hire and it doesn't have to be pixel perfect, you can rotate them and stuff. It doesn't matter as much in this show. We've kind of broken those rules. I'm going to put him in like a diving pose now, where he just dives towards the ball. Oops. Something like this. It's going to look janky, but it's really quick, and you kind of embrace the jank a little bit in some of these. I might use a different leg for the second one. Let's do something like that. Actually, I might flip these. Let's see. Ooh, don't fucking crash on me. Don't you do it. All right, good. Good. All right. And now I got the same deal here. Here's all his arms, right? So that's probably a good one to choose. All he's doing is going to be just like diving and reaching for the ball here, right? So I just need like super quick. I might get rid of that one. I think this is going to work like this. That's the best one. Yeah. So there's like the dip, and then he's going to jump straight into it, right? The jump should probably be out a little more like that. And it's right that that's janky, but like you get the point of like what he's trying to do, right? He's clearly going straight for the ball. And now he's just going to be like on the ball. Let's catch on some comics here. Comments. We are so back, y'all. Foodchester City. What's up? Thanks for joining. Just saying Eggman killed Snively before him. I heard he killed him. I gotta find out about this dude. Coolio. I myself am a big fan of Plants vs. Zombies. I've been for at least 6 years or so. It's fun. It's a super addicting game. I've only played it like on my phone. I tried playing like the original one not too long ago, and it's like adds every move you do, and I was like, this is torture. Jan Fickler, when will Sonic continue on YouTube? This is the episode. This is like the next episode. So as soon as I get done with this one, it'll go up. But I don't have a timeline for it because like week to week with other Dorkly stuff and client stuff, it like eats up so much time. Does Harold drink lava? I mean, he's got to. If he's eating planets, he's gonna hit some like spicy magma layers and shit, you know? So kind of comes with the territory. All right, so now I just need a pose of like Sonic on the ball here, which is gonna be, again, I'll just use like random leg pieces and stuff. Let's see, this one, is that the same leg? It might be. Fine with like a little bit of a bend. What if there's just like a regular body I've got here that I can use? I get a little bit lazy with like trying to brute force in these existing poses that we have, where Alex will go in and he'll like make all new stuff for all the poses. But I don't got time for that. No, I don't like that one. Let me get rid of that. That's all janky. Maybe I will make one thing, I guess, because it's kind of limited here with my options. I don't want to just scroll through this thing forever. Basically what I'm looking for is just like him kind of curled up. He's going to be like jumping on this ball like it's a grenade. Let's do this one. This one's not bad. So I'm going to get rid of this body. This will be his new body. And he's just going to be like kind of like this. I don't know if I've got a different head that I can use here. Let's see. So if I go to my library, I don't know if you guys can see all the different heads, Sonic heads. I don't have, all right, I only got the one here right now. I might switch that out later. The most I'm going to do, though, is close his eyes. All right, let me get like this. All right, and then like the ball's underneath him. He's got to be on top of the ball. Where's the ball? There we go. Like that. All right, so let's just see what we've got up to this point. This is just like keyframe animation. It's not really fully fleshed out. Okay, that works. I might give another pose in between here because that's really quick. Like a little bit funnier is if he's like up in the air and then lands on it. Double dribble. That's right. Why don't you make parodies? I think we already talked about this of that are actually 2D. What are some other ones that are actually 2D? The thing, like, I don't know why. What's that one? Fucking Shaq Fu. That's the first one that comes to head. It's into my head. What's up, Edsward? Huh, neat. Your videos are always funny. Thank you, Lesser Prodigy. Appreciate it. It was a joke. So I can get your attention. Oh, gotcha. Wait, what was the thing? I already fucking forgot. God damn it. I'm too late with these things. Coolio, there was a Plant vs. Zombies and Sonic for Hire. I feel like Sonic would just grow weed. I mean, yeah, it would be. Hey, Sideways of 7. Thanks for the $5, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Thank you very much. Are you dorkly playing with Five Nights at Freddy? I've never played it, but I've like gleaned enough information from it by doing a couple things. We did a Plants vs. Zombies and Five Nights. I haven't watched like the movies or anything like that. But I never really I haven't played it. I know like they got the sequel coming out, right? The movie. I didn't see the first one. I heard the first one was like fine. All right, so I'm gonna just add like a little bit of a arc here to his jump. The physics might not make perfect sense, but that's all right. And this will probably just be like, it's super quick, so this will probably just be the actual like animation that I do here. On quick things like this, I'm not as precious with the movements or anything like that. It's like you kind of get the basic idea of what's happening. That's kind of good enough, right? So now let's just do like a little bit of an overshoot here, where he's like grabbing the ball and pops back up a little bit. So I just added like 3 more keyframes here. It just adds like a little bit of an arc, right? So it's a little bit better there. I can live with that. That's fine. Cool. And then there's like a big scrum. Okay, cool. So now I got to go through and do stuff for each one of these players, which is tedious. All right, and I think I got some of these dudes bunched together on layers. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Oh, going back to Coolio there. If there was a PVZ versus Sonic growing weed, that is very very accurate. A very good call. The Sonic channel, what's up? General Kitty, get the angry video game nerd cameo in an episode. I don't know that guy. That'd be fun though. That guy makes really good videos. I mean, he's been doing it for so long. He's so good at it. That'd be fun. He recently did something with Doug Bressler, the Duke Tunes guy, who does like the Mario's gaming secrets shorts on YouTube. I've known that dude for a while. His first big like YouTube thing was he animated Weird Al Yankovic video, and then he did something recently with Weird Al as well, which is awesome. But it's my fault. We're supposed to do something together, and I've just gotten too stupid busy. All right, so that's that guy. Let me organize. I don't give a shit. I'll probably have to layer these guys. I'm trying to figure out who's moving when. I guess I should just do one at a time here. I can shift around them. All right, so as he jumps, that's when like everybody's gonna start running. So this dude, here's the run. Ugh, goes the other way. Like that. You know what? I'm gonna take 2 seconds and just make a running loop for this guy. I got to do it for all of them. It's gonna save me so much time. All right, so I just made a duplicate of this guy. Right, here's all it. His run layer or whatever is just this. Right, these 2 frames. So I made a different symbol that's just going to be these 2 things, and it doesn't have to be super quick. But now he's this. Oops, I gotta loop it. So now he's just doing this. Right, super janky, but whatever. I don't know if there's a in between that I should even try to. I don't give a shit. It's gonna be so quick. I can make a better run later, I guess. So he's gonna run. Let's just see what it looks like. How long it's gonna take for him to get here. He's on top too, so I gotta move him around. But let's get him here, and then he's gonna like dive. So I can just get him to go pretty much straight into. Swap back to the original, and then he's pretty much just gonna be here. Right, so he can just like dogpile there. Let me just get these. I think I had these on 3s. Yeah. Oh shit. Not loop. Single frame. All right, so that's kind of funny. There's gonna be so many other people here, but like, it should at least be like this. Oops. Wrong one. Like it is. Oh, there's Where Sonic. Not yet, Where Sonic. A little bit more time. Okay, let me get to these comments. Oh, I'm Mark, not Mike. What's up? How are Mike? I'm good. Thanks for joining. What if instead of Sonic for Hire, it was evil Sonic for Hire, and instead of Sonic going bankrupt, he was an actual successful person? So evil. We sort of did something like that. I mean, in all fairness, Sonic, we ended the season or the series the first time, and he was God. And then he let that go because there was another Sonic and he couldn't take the competition. Sonic Show, you got 91 subs. Nice, man. You're getting there. Get to that 100. Is your channel the Sonic channel? Everybody give Sonic channel some subs. Will Mario be permanently dead? This season, yes. But nobody stays dead in the show. It's like a Marvel. It's like the MCU. So he would be back. He's too fun to play with. Duke, thanks for the donation, man. Appreciate it, buddy. My Scratch Cat show is gonna have 4 seasons and 30 Fs. Ambitious, I like it. Go for it, dude. Make the stuff that you want to make. Always support that. Oh, he's gonna look like he's just straight humping Sonic's head. All right, so it looks weird now, but there's gonna be like bodies moving all over the place. All right, so he jumps. They're all scrumming for the ball there. All right, so now I gotta step and repeat here a bunch of times. So that's all right. So let me do the tip off, guys, I guess, right? So the tip off, they watch it go. Let me do, which one's the white guy? This dude. We'll do the white guy next. All right, white guy's got to run. So now I got to do same like I did for that first dude. I got to do a duplicate the symbol, make a run loop. If you can't see, there's like windows that pop up. I'm like renaming shit. I always make sure that the stuff makes sense. I do have these other angles that are kind of fun. Oh, no, I don't. Not really. I just got that one. Trying to see if I had other angles for the runners, but kind of don't. Kind of don't. What am I doing here? Okay. Remove. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. So now his turn to run and jump. Set him to loop. He's only going to take like a couple steps here. And maybe he just like... Yeah, he'll probably do the same thing. But I'm going to put him in a different spot. Because if they're all like right on top of each other, then it kind of cancels each other out. All right. You there. Maybe I'll do something like... Hang on. What if I made a little something funnier here? All right, so I made these body parts, so why not use them? Yeah, maybe I should go like this. Like that. Let me do another one. So he's going to do like a full-on dive like Sonic did. And we get some legs in here. Those are the legs I picked. All right. I should have got a straight leg in there. It's all right. It's funny looking. It's funny looking. That's a full-on dive. All right. So he's going to... Just instant chaos. Oh, yeah. This is going to be set to single frame. All right. Comments. Let's go. What's up, chat? Ethereal, what's up? Gunstar Heroes, Fantasy Star, Alex Kidd, Flashback, Kid Chameleon, Mercs. Kid Chameleon, I recognize. I'm gonna just take these. Are too many. You're too good at these, man. Took a screenshot of that. What's the deal with video games? We're more realistic. If I play games to escape reality, I agree. It's purposely taking the fun out of games. That's kind of the thing. It's like being overly realistic is just a way to like deconstruct the game and pull any jokes that way. That's kind of the thing. Because it's also too like, you know, it is, games are absolutely escape from reality, but you know, people also take games very seriously. So doing, hang on one second. This dude should be, okay, sorry. So like taking the piss out of it by calling out the funny stuff is also an escape from taking games too serious, if that makes sense. I'm full of shit. Okay. We got this. Let's see. This is ridiculous. All right. This will make more sense when I've got like, this guy's probably going to do like a run around this way because I need somebody facing this way too. I also don't need everybody on this hog pile, right? It's pretty funny looking though. All right. Back and forth here. What's up, chat? Has Murray died again? He died in season 9. Yeah, if you ever watch season 9, which has been going on forever, he died early in that season. What's up, John Dorkley? So John Dorkley is a figurehead. It's not me. It's not Justin. John Dorkley is like Ms. Buttersworth or the Pillsbury Doughboy, right? Something like that. Or J.P. Morgan. I don't know. I'm making all this stuff up. But like, is he a real person? I don't know. Was he a wealthy financier who bankrolled Dorkley back in the 1920s and died under mysterious circumstances? And then I inherited, I found like a secret lockbox in his mausoleum. And that was just the code to the password and stuff to the Dorkley YouTube channel. Did any of that happen? Maybe. Am I making it up right now? Yes. What was I talking about? Anyway, John Dorkley says thank you from beyond the grave. Okay, here we go. Everybody's digging for the ball here, scraping and scrapping for that thing. Earth to Mike, come in, Mike. What's up? I'm not ignoring you. I answered like 7 of your comments, Duke. What's up, dude? What's going on? What do you need? Talk to me. Is Mario alive and signed for hire? He died, but who knows if he's coming back? We haven't written a new season yet, obviously, but yeah. Pile up. What's up? Thanks for joining. I love it when Kirby says it's Kirbying time and he starts Kirbying all over the place. That's classic Kirby. It's Kirbying time. I don't know if I can do Kirby's voice anymore. I think my vocal cords have been ruptured. All right, let's do another one of these guys. Oops, ignore that. All right, so I'm gonna not have this guy do anything. I think I'm gonna have him just stand there. That's kind of funny. Let's get some of these other guys just animated where they're not gonna do anything. It'll kind of run a little bit quicker. And it'll help me figure out how many people I need to get on this fucking pile here. So I think the ball goes, let's see, timing, tipped. All right, this guy needs to turn around. So let's not, instead of just like having him just flip vertically, which is cheesy, I'm gonna have him do something like this and then get into his pose. Whoops. Okay. How's that? All right, so he's now looking, right? That's easy. I'm gonna get this dude. I think I have a back view. Let's see. Do I want to make a back view? I don't want to make a back view. Let me do. You know what? I will. You know what? Fuck that. Right? I will. Why not? It's Christmas. All right. Oops. Here we go. I'm gonna just make a leg for this dude real quick, like. You can get out of here. Extra stuff. And let's do this simple, elegant. All right. Right. Super simple. What is this? Oh, that's his. We'll do it like that. That's fine. Come on. There you go. Come on, little one. Come on. Come on, little one. Anybody else from Jurassic Park? Remember that? When he says that like 8,000 times in that scene when the raptor's being born? Anywho, you're going to add Yao Ming. Yeah, here. Let me add Yao Ming real quick. He's going to be on the blue team. Here's Yao. Actually, Yao is pretty wide too. There we go. How's that? All right, so we got Yao Ming in there. Now it's like game accurate. It feels pretty good. All right, get out of here, Yao. Graphics weren't that advanced yet. I'm surprised Genesis Beavis and Butthead hasn't made an entrance. Wow, that one I do actually know. I remember that game being out. Although Viacom's a little litigious. Yeah, I think that'll be okay though. If we used them. I mean, we haven't gotten any kind of trouble. Unless it's, I don't know how we've not gotten into trouble with Sonic Fryer, to be honest. The things that we make them do. If I made one of these games, I'd be like, all right, that's a little much. Okay, so he turns. And they wait. I'm gonna have this dude a little bit late to the game here, right? So they're going. So now he's gonna go. Like he's got to see these guys running, and then he's gonna run. So now I need to make that back view run for this dude. Duplicate. Nope. Not that. Duplicate. Run back. Loop. Great. You make this real quick and I'm going to read some comments. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. All right. Comment time. What's up, guys? At Outside Box did a video about bad video game adaptations. Ooh. Outside Box. Wait, outside Xbox. Sweet. I feel like I'm fucking Captain America writing down like all the stuff that he was missed when he was frozen in ice. That's kind of how I feel about this right now. Oh, Virtuesoft. Greetings, fellow Sonic animator. What's up? What Sonic stuff do you make? Let me know. I'm very curious. I always like chatting it up with any animators, independent animators, professional animators and stuff. It's always super fun. One more question. Do you remember Machinima? Of course I do. Of course I remember Machinima. I can't get into specifics about what other stuff it was, but I had a conversation with the person who has now, I guess, officially become in possession of like the Machinima brand. It wasn't anything about that. It was about something totally different, but we were talking about Machinima and like the good old days and stuff of it. But yeah, of course I remember. That's how Sonic got its whole start. What about Unreal Tournament? Duke, I don't think I know enough about Unreal Tournament. I don't think I know enough about it. More Knuckles. Yeah. Bring back Get Over Here. I would love to bring back Get Over Here. It'd be all new voices, but like that cheesy sitcom feel is right up my alley for sure. All the dumb puns and stuff and like bad tropey situations. I love all that shit. So that is definitely that'd be fun to do. I might do that one soon-ish, maybe. We'll see. I gotta write down like a new list. I usually have like a big list of like potential ideas and stuff. I feel like my list is running a little thin. We kind of produced all the ideas on that list. I need to just like rebuild out that list. But I like that. Kevin. I think this week's going to be a Pokedex one. We haven't done a Pokedex in a long time. The last few did like okay. But I think I'm going to do one of those because I want to just get to 100 of the literal Pokedex, and then that's it for those. And we'll do more Pokemon stuff, but it won't be like the literal Pokedex anymore. I think it's just kind of meant to get to like 100, you know? All right, let's do like this. He's going to kind of work his way over here. Oops. Whoops. Clear. Loop. And you can loop this way. Here we go. Cool. Every third. All right, so he's there in like 2 seconds. Let's do one more this way. And then it's his turn to dogpile. Here we go. There we go. He doesn't have to like jump and dive. He can just sort of like get in there and start. Oof. Oh boy. I gotta be careful on this one. I'm gonna go back here. It's gonna get a little distracting if he's right up behind Sonic and funkin' and grooving here. All right. So I think I need one more blue guy here. It might be Yao Ming down here. And a season of them stuck on a cruise. Oh, that'd be fun if they're like all on vacation together, right? The thing with like Sonic that we still try to do, just like we're doing in this basketball episode, is like get a game involved in every episode. So the crews might be tough because like getting those games involved, unless it was like, I don't know if there's like a fucking shuffleboard game or something that we could have them play. Unless they go to like different ports, right? So like they're on a cruise and then they stop off in like Blanca's village. That's a cruise destination, I guess. Shit like that, right? So then they drop off and they're doing like things that way. That could be a whole season. You can get a season out of that for sure. All right, this blue guy now. So I think at this point I need him to start running kind of here. Do I have? I don't. I got to make a blue loop for him. Duplicate. Bless you. Thank you. This is how far behind I am, guys. These comments, I'm like way fucking behind here. I'm sorry. Do I voice any characters? Yes, I do a lot of them. Tails is my regular voice. I do Eggman. Eggman's just like a higher, tighter version of my voice. I do Knuckles, frying it. Wait, hang on. That was not anybody. Frying and buying. That's Knuckles, which is also basically the same as Thunderhead. Thunderhead's a little bit more loose and whatever. I might just drink my ass wine. That's Thunderhead. I do Sonequa. Just trust me that I do Sonequa, because that voice destroys my voice now. I do Kirby, which is like Mickey Mouse, my version of Mickey Mouse. Love it. That's pretty much. Yeah, hey Sonic. It's like flying a kite in a burning poppy field. Again, my voice, it's harder for me to do those high pitch or whatever kind of voices now than what it used to be. Oh, that's already, all right. I'm paying attention here, sorry. So yeah, I do a lot of them. I do a really bad British Rocket Knight. It's all jumbly bumbly. For some reason I can't do British accent. I never really got good at it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna catch up on these comments, I promise. Can Sally Acorn from that one old Sonic cartoon appear in Sonic for Hire? Or did she already appear? Sally? No, we haven't used, I don't know who that is either, but we used Amy a couple times. We should bring her back. It's this show's very misogynistic. It's all guys. It's because I'm a guy and I'm lazy. Okay. Time for him to run. He's gonna jump, I guess, behind Sonic. He's already behind him, right? Or is he in front of him? No, he's behind him. All right, cool. So he's gonna go here, and then I'm gonna be lazy and just do this. Back here. And flap. Be over here. Great. Oof. So at this point, like the first couple ones you kind of get, but here it's just a pile, so it's all right that he's kind of just falling into position here. Okay. Oh, it's kind of funny that Sonic is just standing there. Yeah, it's kind of Watch Mojo has a terrible video games based on TV shows too. Damn it, Theo, you're full of knowledge here. How long does it take to make an episode? Chris, the like first few seasons, they were short, like minute, 90 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever. Similar to like Dorkly now, it's like 2.5 minutes each one. So the first season or so, for a long time, we would have to get them done in about 4 days. And that's from like writing to recording the voices, creating characters or whatever you needed to do, and then getting it done. Like you start it on a Monday and you finish it on Friday and it airs on Saturday and then you repeat. These episodes are like 5 to 7 minutes long. And I don't really have as much of a team to help out with that as I used to. So a lot of this stuff, and also the budget, we used to get paid by Machinima to do it. and we don't have that budget anymore. So, excuse me. So like a lot of it is just done by me or whoever else has time that's available on my team. We also get some help from some other studios that we have to deal with and stuff. But so it takes longer. It's really just kind of comes down to like what else is going on. I really wanted to get these done a long time ago, but a lot of it depends on like Dorkly eats up a lot of my time, like the week to week, every week Dorkly stuff. And then the other side of my whole business is client stuff. So when that's busy, that's my whole week is like client stuff. And then I'm working on Dorkly or Sonic like on a weekend or late at night, that kind of stuff. So it varies a lot now. And it just takes longer. All right, I think I need like another person on here. So this dude needs to be now behind a little bit, right? Where is this guy? Hang on. Okay, no, he should be up top. This dude needs to be. So I can't have this dude underneath him, but he needs to be. Okay, so that works. But now he's like not behind there. So I need to make a second layer that he's behind Sonic. So I'm just figuring out, making sure this shit all makes sense. Where are you? You there, there? All right, cool. So you're gonna go here. And there, cool. This dude's just gonna watch. I kind of like, that's funny. Coolio, another baby mama. Sally like kind of appears in Old Man Sonic. Oh yeah, okay. That's like different. So like Dorkly stuff, when Dorkly does Sonic stuff, it's always different. Cause like at the time when Dorkly was doing Sonic stuff, Sonic for Hire was Lowbrow, two totally different companies, but it's very confusing because like they would ask us to do the voices for Sonic and for Tails and stuff. So it was all the same voices, same animation team doing it. Just like Dorkly was writing Old Man Sonic, Lowbrow was writing Sonic for Hire. Now that it's all together, it's still kind of the same where it's like, those are separate things. We might reference them though, so it's whatever, but like, technically you're right. Sally did appear in some Sonic stuff, but Sideways 7, Miss Morty Combat, it will be coming back just after Sonic this season is done. We had written a couple episodes or some outlines of stuff for the season. So we are bringing it back for season 2 for sure. Will this be season 10? This is season 9 still, Sonic channel. Morty was the best. I hope him and Sonia had lots of kids. So the plot line for season 2 for Morty Combat is that Morty's Earthrealm girlfriend gets warped into Outworld and causes chaos and stuff. So like we had this whole plan where Julia, our producer, we were going to digitize her just like we did Alex to make Morty. We're going to make Julia Alex's girlfriend in the show. But then when we, before we got a chance to do that, Julia had a baby, and that is a little bit of a time-consuming endeavor where you have to keep, a loved one alive. So that, but we had delays with Sonic for Hire and all that stuff anyway. So we need to just figure out like what's a realistic game plan. We still want to do that, but like I want to make sure that Julia's able to do that without like losing any kind of precious sleep that she can get. But yeah, that was the plan, and then it gets ridiculous from there, as you can imagine with any kind of lowbrow dorkly show. Oh, what if instead of Sonic's Schoolhouse was Sonic's Crack House? Sure. Sonic hasn't done crack in a while. He should really get back into doing crack. I'm new here on the lives. What's up, Bravura Lion? Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry for the 45-minute delay on reading your comment. I'm new on the live stream. I've only seen your videos before, but I have one question. All the retro graphics and people, do you do them freestyle, freehand, or do you use templates? A little bit of both. It's mostly, I was talking earlier in this stream, a lot of sprite sheets from Sprite as Resource. Artists rip those from like the games. They're called like, I think it's called ripping. And they'll make sprite sheets from that. And then we'll use those and bring them into Flash to like make the base of the characters. And then we go in and kind of split things up inside the software to get them to be rigged and stuff for us to animate. I love the mouths for the characters. Yeah, those are tricky to do, especially in Pixel, where like you don't have a ton of like real estate to work with. And what I mean by that is like you only maybe can draw a mouth in like 8 pixels or something like that. So it's not a lot of artwork to try and get that across, which can be tricky. But yeah, those are fun. I like those. All right, let's see, I'm gonna have this dude, where's he? He's gonna stand there. I might have just one more dude. I might have this blue guy dog pile on. And then what do we got? I got about 30 minutes left. All right, cool. Been watching since 2013. Brandymate, thank you for sticking around. Who voices Mario? Mario is voiced by Clint Gage. He's been doing Mario since the very beginning. Clint is a hilarious person, actor, writer, director. He works for IGN right now. But I've known him for a very long time with Nick Mundy. And Nick runs our strategy and stuff for the channel. And those guys have been longtime friends. And I met them together. They were in a sketch comedy group called Team Tiger Awesome. But Clint still does Mario. And yeah, awesome. Okay, got my question kind of answered. But before you had those templates, do you make them from scratch? No, we've always kind of been able to, or very early on, I think, before I learned about Sprites as Resource, we made some stuff from scratch, but those were like, but we didn't even have like this pixel tool. So it was like making a square and trying to do it was bad. So thank goodness for like Sprites as Resource and the people that make those sprite sheets. Cause that's like a big part of being able to make the Dorkly stuff. All right, so I'm gonna do I have, all right, I have it. All right, cool. I'm gonna make this dude jump on. And then I think I am good for this dog pile. Oh wait, where'd that go? Okay, yeah. Okay, flip. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. I gotta eat something. All right. Yeah. Before I forget, I'm not going to be around next Sunday, so no stream next Sunday. But try to do these as often as I can. These are fun to do. I like talking to you guys too. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Back. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Dog pile. And dog pile. Okay. Flip. Get in there. Dig around there, dude. I might have to put him behind like the white guy so it fits together better. Where am I at? Where's my frame picker? There we go. Oops. Why isn't this? There we go. Okay. So he needs to go behind that dude. Where's that? Okay. Easy enough. Okay. All right. Let me answer some questions for a few minutes here. What, me, Lion, a little janky. Artie, the strongest man in the world, needs to show up. Who's that? Who's already? Hey, Michael. You ever gonna do power up mix up video? Yeah, I like doing those ones a lot. They've kind of blended in a little bit with like the realistic ones somehow. But yeah, I'll definitely do more of those. Imagine Sonic and dating sims. That'd be funny too. I got another video idea. Do a Doki Doki literature club skit. Maybe Sonic enters the Universal or something. That'd be funny. I like the Doki Doki stuff. Just even that storyline. Hey, what's up, Nick? Sorry, 40 minutes ago. What's up, Nick? I like that idea though. Michael, thanks. When you do pixel art, do you start with a normal artwork and key it down to pixel art, or directly pixel art? I do. I'll do like a sketch. I did something really early in here when I was just making like these kind of like these weird dudes on all fours. Like I'll just do like a really like just like a stick figure of like a pose that I need, you know, like this, right? Like say I need him like diving, like he's jumping in front of somebody to, you know, he's gonna get shot or something. So I use that as just like a base. You can get more detailed obviously than this, but like I'm like, all right, I know how long his arms are gonna be, where his head needs to be, that kind of stuff. And then I'll just create a kind of a rough framework kind of around it that way and start building the arms and stuff, you know, really sloppy there, but you get the idea. If it's something more complex, sometimes I'll do it in Photoshop where I can sketch it out a little bit nicer. Like if it's like a close-up of a hand and I need to be like kind of accurate with it or whatever, I'll do it in Photoshop because it's a little bit more forgiving and I can work a little bit quicker than I can do in Flash. Do you agree with free schlep? I don't know what free schlep is. So I don't know if I agree with it or not. I don't know who schlep is. Scratch One Nations. What's up? Thanks for joining. Lily, sup, bro? What's up? Thank you for joining. Killer Instinct. Ooh, and Dark Stalkers. Those are two. Killer Instinct. That's a good one. Edits. He doesn't know what that means. I think. Is this Photoshop? I animate using Flip-a-Clip. Flip-a-Clip. I haven't heard of Flip-a-Clip. This is Adobe Animate or Flash. I'm just gonna put this on loop while I'm answering so you guys can see some stuff here. So it's not just a blank screen. Hang on. What'd I do? Where's my loop at? There we go. All right. I'll just let that play in the background here a little bit while I answer some questions for you. Beep. I want to be the very best slave that ever was. Breaking Rocks is my real quest because I don't have... Yikes, that song took a turn. Holy smokes. Is that the... I don't remember those lyrics. Still planning on interviewing game creators. Yeah, for any of it, if you're talking about like podcast stuff, I need more time is what it really is. Like getting people, like reaching out to people, seeing if they want to be on the podcast and stuff, following up, everything like that. It just takes time, and like I'm so like strapped for time. It's tricky. I'd love to do that though. I like talk like I did a podcast last week. I don't know when it's coming out, but I talked to just a couple of game creators and designers that have a podcast, and I want to talk to them about what they do. It was more about like my career and stuff, but that shit's like super interesting to me. Just for Laughs is so cool. I'm living in Montreal right now. That's my Just for Laughs. Just for Laughs is back, man. They were like closed down for a little bit, right? We did something for Just for Laughs like 1 billion years ago. Well, the questions have gone under. I wish you a nice stream. Let's see, Victor and Uniqlo, where are we? Who likes Mike? I like Mike. I like me. I think I'm cool. Did Sonic running the Mafia though? Yep. You're gonna hit 3K. Nice. +1 movie. I'll go sub to the Sonic channel. Thanks, Coolio. Thanks for doing that. Watch out, Sonic channel. What if you do your own just for laughs animations? So, like I was saying before, I did one a million years ago. It was called Player Haters. Just for laughs had like an animation contest, I think, where you submit a pitch for a series, and like the ones that got the most like fan responses got a small budget to make a show. So we did like 4 episodes, I think, and it was video game based. It was like sort of like a, I don't know, World of Warcraft-ish type of game, and like those characters, what they did when they weren't being played. It was years before Wreck-It Ralph, but it was that sort of premise, right? And we did 4 episodes. It was really fun. It was like 2D. It wasn't pixel. But that was kind of it. There wasn't like much budget for after that. And then I don't think they just stopped the program after that, but it was fun. I don't even know where you could find it. I don't think we've posted it, did we? Maybe we have posted it. It might be on our Lowbrow channel. I can't remember. Who can remember such things? Mikhail Theomasson. Hello, big fan. Thank you. What's up, Duke? Yes, I finally answered your question. Deconstruction has ruined many franchises. Yeah. Do you guys have any Monster Hunter jokes in the tank over at Dorkbrow? Monster Hunter? Probably not, because I haven't played Monster Hunter. I'm speed running through everybody's comments here. I want to. Yes, it is Tails Yapping. That's me. Thanks, Ethereal. Appreciate it. Who is Jax34? That's Jax34. Sonic is now Mexicano. Is he? What do you mean? You should revive Mario, but then kill him off immediately. That'd be good. Comes back, and then somebody stabs him in the face. John Dorkley is an eldritch god now. I really do like building up the mythos of John Dorkley. And I think John Dorkley was a name that Justin started, I believe. And I'm 100% behind it. Let's build up John Dorkley into a larger than life. And how were the earliest Just for Laughs animations made? Those were in same software and stuff in Flash. We always use Flash for stuff because it's easy to produce and it's cheaper and stuff. Hey, what's up, Chase? The Jank, we were just talking about you. Which is not the lockbox in the mausoleum story again. Who's being needy? New Batman, yo, what's up? Knuckles for president? Knuckles would be a good president, I think. This umbrella this umbrella works wonders for murdering. Right? Is that it? It feels like this umbrella is great for murdering. What's up, Mr. Manface, Rider Ben Dragon, Void Pilot X? What's up, everybody? How long does it take to make your videos? Normally like a week. Like this week's Dorkly was down to the last minute because I had an insane week of client deadlines and stuff. But like wrote that on a Saturday or a Sunday. And then we were producing like Monday, basically. Chase did a big section. Chase did the Zelda section. There's 2 parts in it. And that's like right down to the wire. Like I was finishing my shit Friday morning, as was Chase. And so like as soon as all that stuff was done, like I had the edit kind of ready to go. Normally we're trying to finish by like Wednesday night so that we can post on Thursdays. But lately it's just been like schedule's crazier, so we're posting on Fridays. But normally we try to finish like the night before, so I can post it to Patreon the night before. But like lately, it's like it's the timeline is so crazy that it's like as soon as we're done, post to Patreon first. Like an hour later, it's on YouTube, and it's just like it's that crazy. Like this week's gonna be crazy too. Like I need to write this week's Dorkly tonight, and then excuse me as I burp into the microphone, and then it'll be probably done same sort of thing. It'll be a Pokemon one, and Alex is really good at those. You can kind of work through those kind of quick. But so that might be like a Thursday night into Friday kind of thing. Is anybody going to re-release for Jaws in theaters? I don't know why they wouldn't. I don't know. Theater releases are hard now, right? I feel like you can make it a couple bucks from doing that. I need to check out the new season of King of the Hill. I'm like, I kind of want to do, but I also I'm like, I don't know. I would have to like catch it. I don't think I would go out of my way to watch it. I think because I feel like from the previews and stuff, it was a lot of like the, what Hank would find annoying in today's culture, and I feel like that's been treaded on already. But I don't want to like doubt Mike Judge because he's brilliant at all that stuff. How long does it take to make your sprites? It depends. If it's like rigging a new sprite, so like we don't make them from scratch. It's like a sprite sheet that people rip from the games and post them on like Spriter's resource. So we'll take those and break it down. But if you need to like fully rig a character, it could take like a day, like a full day. But if it's like making a new armor expression, you kind of just do it as you need to. I love Inbred Yoshi. It's so dumb. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that one's pretty great. I'm playing the Plants vs. Zombies shooter game. There's a shooter game? What would that... I gotta have to look up what that is. None? That's not how you pronounce it. What software do I use for the animation? This is Adobe Animate, or Flash, as it used to be called. We've been using that forever. It's like pretty bare bones, super buggy, but it's like built perfectly for the stuff that we do. The guy, cool. What's up? Virtuesoft. I'm the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog series since 2010. We'll be glad if you check it out, if possible, to hear an opinion of an expert, especially the last main series episode. Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm writing this down on my Captain America list of things that I don't know about. Hedgehog. I will check it out. Promise. No 150 like the original Pokédex. What? Hey, mac and cheese. Making mac and cheese? Yeah, I got that right. Thanks for tuning in, man. Pokédex is ending. Eventually it will. I mean, like, it's not like the old crew where they made one like every week for like 3 months straight or something. Where these ones, like, I wasn't a Pokemon person growing up, so whenever we make one, like, I have to learn about all the Pokemon and how they're connected and like make sure I don't fuck anything up. Those are the ones where it's like you really want to stick close to the lore, because if you're inaccurate about something, it kind of ruins the whole bit. And you'll get called out like a billion fucking times in the comments. So those just take a while to do. I'm writing one tonight and I kind of have an idea for it, but I want to like triple check and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Have you seen Sonic Underground by chance, no matter how strange it was? I haven't. Fallen Knight. Lyndon Tucker, hey, what I miss? An hour and 48 of me animating some basketball players and missing streams. Who's calling? Oh shit, I gotta take that later. Sonic Fire episode, where is his siblings appear? Oh, that'd be good. Avocado. See, like, I do the Soniqua voice, and it kills my voice so much now that anytime she says avocado, it's just an old thing from like 12 years ago. I just use that same bit so I don't have to yell it anymore. Or like when she's screaming and yelling or whatever, she's like attacking, it's all reuse of old things, so I don't have to do it anymore. I don't believe you voice saying. God damn it, Nick. One more question. Do you know Screw Attack / Death Battle? I did know Screw Attack for a bit. I don't really know them anymore. They reached out a billion years ago. I don't remember what it was about. I think they were looking to do some original stuff, but I haven't talked to them in a long time. And Death Battle, is Death Battle the Rooster Teeth one? I honestly can't remember. We animated a couple things like that for Rooster Teeth, but I don't remember if it was Death Battle, if they have a different name for it. Sorry, yeah, I know. Nick. That's not Nick. That's not a. I know that's not. That's not. It's not doing any justice to the British accent. But that's the best I got. It's overly cartoony and bad and inconsistent throughout each sentence, from sentence to sentence. Did you voice in the Zelda Karen trilogy? Yeah, I did. I think I was Link. Link's voice is just like Link's voice is just a little bit like this, a little meek, a little high pitch, a little nerdy or whatever. He sort of takes like a backseat in that. Karen was Julia. And that was kind of it. Like there's whoever, usually in series like that, it's like whoever, if there's a role that's needed, I'll just do a voice for that. But the main character is obviously Zelda in that. And so that was all Julia, and she did an awesome job. Bye, Sonic Channel. Thanks for joining, man. What are they doing to Sonic? They're all trying to go for the basketball here. Yeah, it's a big dog pile. So that's going to go on for a few more seconds, and then they all kind of get off, and then the episode goes from there. That looks highly professional. What program is this? This is Adobe Animate or Flash. I need to have dinner, but we'll watch back later. Hope you have a good stream. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, man. Curious, was there a point you did not have glasses? Yeah, I've been wearing glasses for... I don't know, 10 years now, probably 10 years. But there was like, before that, I didn't have them. I would just squint at my desk all day like a fucking idiot. And then I'd be done at the end of the day. I'm like, man, I have a terrible headache. What could possibly be causing that? Oh, well, time to animate for another 18 hours tomorrow. And then like I finally went to like the eye doctor. I'm like, yeah, you needed glasses forever, you moron. So I've been wearing them ever since. And like, I don't wear them when I'm like out away from the desk, but I'm at my desk like all day long anyway. So I just, but if I'm like going to the store or whatever, or doing anything else, like I don't wear them. If you tell me that you love me, I'll say I love you more. Layman Ben, what? All right, I love you. I love you, Layman Ben. You better say you love me more. God damn it. Lowbrow Studios forever. Long live Dorkley. Thank you. Are you going to be in the Bluey movie? We're going to have to write. I know. I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to be in it, guys. I've done nothing towards that goal. They haven't reached out to me. So that's it. It's official then. I'm not going to be in it. Yeah, give him a relapse. Put him back on crack. I know what you're talking about. Junebug, can you guys make more Rocket Knight Sparkster? Just as a standalone. I should, yeah. It's a funny thing. Like, it's probably going to be like, it would probably be part of like a realistic episode and not like a standalone thing. Just from like the algorithm wise, I'm doubtful that like YouTube will be like, oh, everybody wants to see this Sparkster video. But if we put it in like a compilation of things, then we'll work it in there. But yeah, I should. Sonic for Hire is life. Rigging, I feel like it got to be the hardest part of the entire process. It's tedious for sure. And it takes like a little bit of figuring out beforehand. Pixel stuff's a little bit easier because you can just separate shit. It's much more forgiving because the animation doesn't have to be as good. But like rigging in like Harmony, which I don't know how to do, but like, or rigging a 2D character, like a cutout character, regular 2D in Flash, it's trickier. It's just layering kind of in Flash. It's not real rigging in Flash. But if you look at like how they rig in Harmony, or Moho, right? Moho, that shit's crazy. Sonic relapses. Sonequa helps him to stop after an emotional intervention. This is a serious season episode. Jay Green, thanks again, dude. When is Garbage Bag and Busted Chair gonna get their own series? That would be hilarious. That would be like a nice little side joke thing where they have their own series, like or their own like TV show, like inside the series, and it keeps coming up. That'd be pretty funny, actually. That'd be pretty nice. And they don't do anything, but everybody fucking loves them. Nice dono. I don't know what dono is. If you pay him, it will happen faster. Will Rusty make a cameo ever again? Maybe. I don't know, because Rusty was one of those where, like, I don't mind taking previous Dorkly stuff and reviving it, like Kevin or the Agent, things like that. Rusty really didn't ever feel like something that I would make. It was hilarious, but like I don't know enough about Pokemon World to make a full series and stuff. So I feel like I don't want to like besmirch Rusty and I would just steer clear of bringing him in there, because I feel like whatever I would write just wouldn't be as funny as what like Caldwell and Owen and that crew and Andrew did for Rusty. So it'd just be like not as good if I did it. Who knows if they read the YouTube stuff, by the way. What's up, DJ Beat Reviews? I'm glad you guys survived the adpocalypse. Yeah, that was before. I mean, like that was the Dorkly stuff, and I think they were okay to survive it because they at that time were part of College Humor, and College Humor had corporate backing. So like that shit, like they didn't really, whatever revenue that they were making from YouTube was decent, but it wasn't like totally dependent on it. You know what I mean? It was just like an extra thing for them. So I think that's how they were able to survive. But like a lot of people, you know, like now I don't have corporate backing, it's me. So like YouTube ad rev, if that happened now, that would really fucking hurt to like lose out on all that stuff, that like sort of that all that money that you're working towards and you're kind of banking on that stuff coming in. Suddenly you're doing all the same amount of work, but now you don't have that money coming in. It's like, what the that would fucking suck. But I think Dorkly at that time was able to survive because they had that backing through IAC. And that was like all that 2020 stuff when College Humor had to let everybody go. It's because IAC sold them, and suddenly like they're like, oh shit. And then Sam, genius fucking move with Sam, big ballsy move of taking over College Humor, focusing on Dropout, turning that thing into an absolute diamond. That dude is super smart. Oh man, the talking parts of these are probably also pretty annoying, huh? Those are easy. The talking parts are kind of easy. You can kind of like, these parts are harder. This is like, I don't know, 5 seconds of animation, right? But it's like a lot of extra shit that you need to do to kind of get it to look right. But if like Sonic's talking to one of those basketball players, I can probably get through like 30, 45 seconds of that like in a day of like key poses, lip sync, that kind of stuff. Like for me, that stuff's like easier to kind of figure out because we've done it for so long. Let's see, almost running out of time here, guys. I'm almost caught up here too. Holy shit. All right. What's happening in the scene at the moment? Playing basketball. It's tip off. The game's supposed to start, and it's just like this moment of like, oh shit, we're supposed to start playing, and then Sonic dives on the ball. The whole point of it is to get this big pile up, and then underneath there, everybody jumps off, and then Sonic pops out with the ball at the end. If you've seen the original Teen Wolf, you'll know what happens next. Out of curiosity, how much would it cost for you to make a short? It depends. There's different prices for the type of animation, the length of it. A lot of it depends on the runtime, right? So like the costs change a lot, but like kind of a base price for us just for animation would be anywhere from like $1,500 to $2,000 a minute. And that helps cover the animator's cost, the director's cost, or any kind of other incidental costs in there. But then on top of it is like costs for the character art, the background art, any sort of like post-production stuff. If like there's a bigger series and I need to be like an actual like full-on director, there's a director fee, a lot of that different kind of stuff. For like Dorkly, we keep it really bare bones. We did these shorts for Dorkly for a long time, super cheap. I think that helped kind of just keep everything workable for them as well. Hang on, there's an important comment here by Scoob Doge. I poo in the zoo. It's a good point. Truer words have not been spoken. I appreciate that. Sarah, hey Parkerman. Have you ever watched The Boys on Prime Video? Yes. I think that's one of the shows that I've like kept up with throughout. Even the spin-off one that they did, I think I kept up on that one too. I like it. It's like just different and whatever, kind of like the, superhero fatigue stuff at the time too. So it was like a nice different approach to me, and it was new. Like I didn't know the comics, so it was all kind of new shit for me. Junebug, hey, will you do some Rocket? Yeah, I know. I'm not answering questions fast enough. Bill Brasky, holy shit. I haven't. That Bill Brasky is like a classic SNL thing. Good lord. Speaking of Tails, what sprite is his? Sonic 2 or 3 or it's probably a mix of stuff. I think it's 3. I think it was a mix. It was like a custom thing though that was built. It was a custom sprite built by, man, I always forget his freaking name. No, I was thinking of Mario. Sorry. Sonic ones, I think it was a mix of 2 and 3, like bits and pieces, because some heads work better than others. I can't believe how many people think Batman is as bad as he is in your parody videos. I like making Batman as dumb as possible. In these, it's just like an easy thing to make him dumb for some reason. I don't know why it just works. Chase, a lot of people are asking for David Forget Season 2. If you're still watching, Chase. A lot of people are asking about it. That's very awesome of the progress. Thank you. John Dork. Wait, did I skip anything here? Nick. John Dorkley was previously known as Joseph Dorkenheimer and changed his name after fleeing Germany. Yikes. His past got a little bit suspicious there. He spent some time in Argentina. It's a little bit tricky after that. It gets a little spotty. I don't know if I want that tied to the Dorkley legacy anymore. John Dorkley. Oh, now I'm getting the Bill Brasky. All right, I like this a lot. Now I'm getting Bill Brasky vibes from it. Gotcha. John Dorkley killed a bear hauling a woman by wrestling it. This is great. I love it. Why the hell do you have so many deadlines? That's an excellent point. So like client work, so deadline shit, it's like day-to-day stuff, right? Where I have weekly deadlines, like Dorkley's a weekly deadline. And it's inside that is internal stuff too, where it's like a deadline I have to get the script done today, or else the whole week is fucked. Or like I have to do casting tomorrow and record tomorrow so that the radio play can be done, so we can start animation ASAP. Those kind of deadlines. But then there's bigger stuff too on the client side, where we're doing like short animated series for a client. I can't say who because it's not released yet or anything, but it's a small client. But to speed up production, you do 2 episodes at the same time, and inside those are multiple deadlines along the way. So like last week I had to get 2 episodes done on Friday, like done, and that's like animation locked, sound design locked and approved, and then like revisions on top of that. And then a couple other deadlines on top of that. Like as you're finishing those 2, there's also 2 other episodes that are in production as well. So it's like all those things are stacked up, and it adds up a lot. Sometimes there's just like kind of a perfect storm of deadlines that come in and your week is just fucked. And then there's just stuff like another series that we're working on. I'm art directing and animation directing for. That one is like 10 episodes, and it's a lot of day-to-day deadlines where like they're waiting for my feedback on an episode, and that might take a couple hours to do. But that's a deadline. Like I have to get it done so that it can go to the next stage, that kind of stuff. And sometimes it just adds up. Rusty ended perfectly. Yeah, I agree. Like Rusty, like if I brought it back, it wouldn't be as good. It just wouldn't. So I just avoid it. Garden Warfare. Oh, Playing for Zombies. Junebug. Yeah, I saw your comment on Rocket Knight. Thanks for asking. Thanks for sticking around too. Are we going to do a bit about Plock? I don't know what Plock is. Donk, Plock. I like your choices of very bold, short statements here. I don't know what Plock is though. I'm writing that down. Plock. Question mark. We'd love to do some animator experience exchange somehow. Yeah, man. I said before too, I said a million years ago, I'll put it in the thing again. I know I'm a little over timer, but I want to answer everybody's questions this time. So send me questions or whatever, info@Lowbrow Studios. I'll definitely get back to you. It'd be hilarious if they all land. He lost. Oh shit, that'd be really funny. You know what? That's great. As he gets jumped on, like a couple rings pop out. That's fucking great. I'm doing that. LS Sands rings. That's great. That's a great little joke to put in there. That's really fucking funny. Thank you. That is great. Putting that in there for sure. How do I animate pixels on Animate? We have a little plugin. It's a pixel tool, and it's you need to make sure things are set up a certain way. The dimensions are the right way. You got things lined up the right way, so that it all works as one pixel, like a 1 pixel grid, and that way you can like move shit around, and it's not like the pixels stay the same size basically. But it takes a little bit of practice, getting used to and stuff. There it is. I love you more, Layman Ben. Beautiful air for the land, lots of rings. Yep. What's the end goal for Sonic for Hire? It's a good question. I don't know. I honestly don't know how many seasons more we're going to do, because they take long to do. We've kind of done everything that we could at this point. It's kind of just making them because it's still fun to make. And we've kind of lived with this show for so long. There's not really a goal. I mean, we had the end goal was honestly season 7 when he became the creator. And it was like, all right, how are you going to end that? And then we just had an opportunity to make more. I was like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? So that was kind of it. There's not really an end goal, to be honest. Chase, more questions about David Forgets, man. I'll reach out to you later about that. Time to get the pitchforks and torches. Hey, Sonic Channel, you're back. What's up, Donk? Could you make a Earthbound bit in a future video? Yeah, I now know like a tiny little bit about Earthbound, so I think I could put something in there without it being like, without me making shit up. Basically, the world needs more how-to with Eggman. I agree, Mo. Then you know, I agree. Maybe I'll do a stream where it's just that, instead of like animating, I'll just draw for like an hour or so as Eggman. I'll put my camera off and just be Eggman. That'd be kind of fun. So there's going to be NBA Jam references here, right? I don't know if we did any NBA Jam references. We stay away from NBA Jam because the sprites are there's no real sprites for it. Alex did one small bit for it, and I don't know where he got those sprites. So they're super limited. Dee Lucy, hey there, dude. Glad you're back. Thank you. Look at this, guys. I'm at the end of the comments here. Holy shit. I love when you use Adobe. I only use Adobe. Wouldn't his spikes hurt them? They are the thin jersey mesh protects them somehow. New Sonic for Hire. What's up, Christian? Hey, Dorkley. Are you ever gonna go back to Pokemons and draw Diglett's butt? It's funny stuff. So disturbing. We're doing a Pokemon this week. I need to write it. It'll come out on Friday or Thursday. It'll be a literal Pokedex one. The Diglets aren't going to be in it, but those are very funny. Is this season 10? This is season 9. I can't remember if Knuckles became a manager or a store owner. All I know is he's frying and buying. He was a manager. I think he was a chain that he had franchised. Or no, like he got it was a franchise, and he I don't know why it fucking matters, but it was he didn't own that Burger Time. I think it was like a Burger Time was a chain, and then he was just a manager of one of those franchises. Oh man. Oh god, that would be so amazing. Still go back and watch How to with Eggman. Me and Mike can crack each other up a lot. I think we've known each other almost our entire lives, and we could always like make each other laugh, and so that's why that show's so fun to do. I would have to see with Mike to try and get him on one of these things with me to do one, because then it makes it a little bit easier on me too. How high were you when you did the talking warpipe short? I wasn't high. I usually it'll just be like I'm about to go to sleep, and I'm like, oh, that's a funny idea, and I'll write it down, and then I'll get up the next morning. I don't remember exactly what I was talking about. But yeah, when I don't get high all that much anymore. I usually do like the THC drinks because it's just like a little buzz. But then I just like chilling out. I usually don't like think about work and stuff. Or I try. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll think about work, and then I watch TV. That's all I do. I think the Sonic Rise short is the best show. I think. Oh, thanks, man. Chili, how come the Sonic videos and Mario playlist? Why not update the Sonic playlist directly? That is an excellent question. I think I need to do some housekeeping on the channel, for sure. I just haven't had time. But yeah, they should all be updated. I think Nick does a good job of like doing it as videos are posted, but I need to do some housekeeping and just make sure everything is where it's at. All right, guys, I caught up to the comments. I got to animate a dog pile in basketball. I'm not going to be here next week. I'll pick it up the week after for sure and continue on with this scene. I'm going to stop looping this. But thanks, everybody, for sticking around for two plus hours. Sonic VTuber went. All right. Thanks, guys. I will catch you in a couple weeks. Stay tuned this week. Justin's going to be streaming at least twice this week, probably Thursday, Friday, I think is when he usually does it. He does some drawing. He does like drawing requests. He plays games, retro commercials, all that stuff. Yeah, this is Flash and Light. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks for the donations and everything like that. Always appreciated it. Always appreciate it. Always appreciate the support. Love you guys. And catch up with you soon.